Relationships matter. Boy, relationships matter. You know what I've discovered? Many times when it's time to change who you are, that also requires for you to change who you're with. And if you're surrounded by people who like you but don't grow you, you, my friend, you, my brother, you, my sister, have a dangerous circle, because I must be surrounded by people that take grave clothes off me versus put grave clothes on me. Jesus goes to the cemetery. He goes to the cemetery and says, Lazarus, come forth. Now the King of Glory has to be specific. He has to be technical, because there's power branded to his diction. And if he goes in the cemetery and hollers out, come forth, everything gonna get up, because when God calls, things rise. But that's not even my point. He goes to this grave of Lazarus and he says, Lazarus, come forth. And Lazarus comes forth, but he's hopping because he's bound. This lets me know that you could be called but still bound. And then Jesus does something that's kind of perplexing to me. He tells the people around him, loose him and take the grave clothes off of him. Most of the time we hear preaching that think Jesus not only calls us, not only raises us, but then also takes stuff off. But this is showing me it's fundamental and critical who you're surrounded by, because the people around you must also hear instructions from the King so that they can take grave clothes off of you. And the quintessential question that I need you to ask yourself is, am I surrounded by people who know how to take stuff off me? Or am I surrounded by people who just put stuff on me? Because relationships matter. And as we progress and catapult towards 2019, I want you to look at your circle. Am I surrounded by people who know how to take grave stuff off? Or am I surrounded by people who know how to put grave stuff on? Relationships matter.